Hello everyone and welcome to the Codlution Group GET Essential series. Today we are on chapter 3, which is also the last chapter of this series, and that is about the job interview preparation. So let's first understand the objective of this series. The objective of this session is to tell you about the essentials of preparing for the job interview, and especially for the face-to-face interviews. We will also talk about various aptitude tests that can boost your job hunting by making you eligible in various IT organizations on clearing these exams. We will also talk about how to improve your self-confidence by the English language, communication skills, body language, and other factors. So let's learn about all of these one by one. To crack any interview, the most important thing that you need even before the technical thing is the communication and the presentation skills. This is an art of expressing yourself which requires a lot of practice. The second thing, obviously, you should know about your core technical subject in detail. Especially prepare yourself on your main project and what are the technical details of your project, especially what value your project is bringing into. In order to express yourself, you need to communicate, and that's where the English language comes in. Since in the IT world, English language is the preferred language, and hence you should start preparing yourself to excel in English language and the communication. So before giving any interview, you can practice in front of the mirror or simply record your audio for various types of questions in advance, such as your introduction. You need to express about yourself, what's your name, what's your family background, where you belongs to, kind of stuff, and then about your academics. You should also practice about your project in detail and about your hobbies and other things that you like or dislike. Sometimes, most often, the interviewer asks you about your hometown, so you practice that as well. Now let's understand what is the importance of the aptitude test. Since there are many job aspirants which are in queue and the companies cannot practically interview each one of them due to the time and the resource constraints. Hence, aptitude tests act as the first screening process which evaluates candidates for their logical and the analytical ability. And that is in general, which is apart from your technical skill set. And the candidates whose scores minimum passing score criteria are the only ones allowed for the further interview process. Now let's understand about the various aptitude tests in detail. As you can see on the screen, we have listed out various aptitude tests that you can enroll for, and these are the standard exams whose score is accepted by many IT organizations as the first screening process. And even for those IT organizations who do not have aptitude tests as part of their job interview process, even for those companies, adding this exam score in your resume will make it more strong. So let me give you some companies' reference for these exams. Let's talk about the E-litmus. E-litmus is very popular, and this was the general aptitude exam people used to give for the interview process in Infosys and at TCS. Whereas MCAT is for SCL Technologies Limited. Similarly, CoCubes and the Metal are also very popular, and many IT organizations used to accept all these aptitude exam scores. Although some organizations provide you the chance to write for these exams by themselves while you are in the interview process itself, but you can also enroll for these exams in advance to practice even before you appear in the interview process. And you can also practice for these exams using either the paid or the free websites that are available, for example, IndiaBix and the Test Gorilla. So these are some of the good websites from where you can learn the content. You will be able to see what syllabus comes into the aptitude exam test. Finally, let's talk about the most important thing to keep in mind while giving the interview, and that is about the self-confidence and trusting yourself. Never ever underestimate yourself, since you have done a good amount of hard work, a lot of learning, and you have practiced very well before giving the interview process, and hence there is no point of worrying or underestimating yourself. Focus on the communication skills. For example, whenever you appear for the interview, greet the interviewer with the good morning or hello kind of words, and follow the instructions for sitting on the chair or providing the resume and many more. Your body language also talks about your confidence, and hence this also needs to be practiced very well. You can Google or you can look out for the YouTube videos on how to improve the body language while giving the interview, as most of the interviewer can tell you about yourself by just looking at your body language, and hence this also needs to be improved, and that is very important. Another thing is on how to dress while giving the interview. Ideally, it should be with a formal attire. You should dress with the formal shirts and the trousers, and probably if you can use the tie, just go for it. So these are some of the tips you can say that you should keep in mind apart from the technical details, the English language, the aptitude test. These 4 or 5 items should be keep in mind and you should practice for those. This ends our session and also the GET Essentials series, and I hope you have enjoyed watching this series. Please let us know your reviews or comments in the comment sections below. You can also let us know if you are looking for a specific detail about any topic and about the entire job hunting process. Thank you and keep watching.